Welcome back. This is video 5. What happens when you discard the narcissist? There are certain events that lead up to you discarding the narcissist. When you're with them and you're always going through the ups and downs, there comes a point when you realize there's not going to be any change. You realize if you don't do something about this, nothing is going to change. You've got to the point where you can see all of the things you've gone through with them. You've been back and forth with them over and over again. So at this point you have a realistic word with yourself about what it is that you need to do. When a person thinks they're going to discard the narcissist, they have to get to the point where they are fed up of being used. So you take action. You get rid of them. Narcissists are always counting on you wanting to stay in the blind. They never believe that you're going to leave them. At a certain point you have to come to your own conclusion that it's time to leave. Remember, the narcissist has groomed you to be fixated on them and unable to focus outside of them so that you stay in that controlled environment with them. When the narcissist sees that you have become wise to them, they don't believe you're going to leave. It's a shock to them, because all of this time they've thought they've had you wrapped around their little finger. They never even considered the possibility of you leaving. So when you do leave, they go into panic mode, and what they start to do is, firstly, they try to recreate the beginning stage when they were love bombing you. So they will be trying really hard to reel you back in and get you to change your mind. They'll want you to think that they're not as bad as you thought they were. It's all just a phase. They'll start to want to show the fake facade they showed you in the beginning that drew you in. If you don't fall for that and you actually leave, they'll start to panic. They'll start to become verbally abusive, really trying to hurt you with their words. Things you have told them about yourself and entrusted in them, now they will be using against you. Now they want to show you this hardcore, careless person. This attempt is to get you to quickly jump to defend yourself. They start to hammer you with insults. So then, if that doesn't work, they resort to slandering you to everyone, going around and talking about you to everyone, in the hope that it gets back to you, so that you can see what a mistake you've made. They'll use everyone you know, even your family, to do this. So the narcissist is panicking, their source is escaping. Then, if you go no contact with them, and they can't get in contact with you, that's when they really start to turn up their efforts. They're going to want to destroy you at this point. So because you have taken away the narcissist's primary source, this means they have to hurry in desperation and quickly groom whatever source they had been grooming while they were with you, and advance them to being their primary source. But really, they don't want to do that because they've not got enough on them yet. You see, the narcissist wants to be the one in control. They want things to happen on their terms. And when you do it, when you discard them, you have just messed everything up for them. So now they're in panic mode and they are out of control. They certainly don't like being or feeling this way. They want things to play out the way they've planned it in their minds. So once they see you've gone and you've moved on, they are forced to quickly advance this new source to the next stage. This is when the triangulation comes in, and this is all the attempt to reel you back in. They'll start bringing up that they're with this other person. It happens so quickly. You've only been gone a short time and they're already with someone else. This should be a big indicator that they had already been involved with this other person. They'd had someone on the side the whole time you were with them. There was no exclusivity between you and the other person. You were never in a monogamous relationship with a narcissist. So at this point, if the triangulation doesn't work and you're still walking away, this is when they have to go with the new source. And this is a desperate act because you took them by surprise. It takes time normally for the narcissist to groom a new source. They didn't become the primary source until they are sure you are not coming back. That's when they move things forward with this new person. That's when they make them the primary source, because basically they cannot be left without supply. And so the cycle repeats itself. They love bomb them, they get them to fall in love with them, then they go and get secondary source to be as backup for when this new source decides to leave them. Because you must understand they expect to be left at some point. They'd just rather it happen on their terms. So they must have a secondary source at all times. You are never the only one when you are dating or in a relationship with a narcissist. When you finally realise what you're dealing with and decide to get out, they have to have that backup waiting. They cannot bear to be alone. They need that secondary supply. This is the pathological part to their disorder. There is always a secondary source of supply. The cycle never ends. Sometimes are longer, sometimes are shorter, but the cycle remains the same. So this is how it is with these people. Victim after victim. They leave a trail of wrecked relationships and people in their path. But don't ever think that you were the only one. If you could see their history, you would be shocked and sick to see all of the other people that went through the same thing as you did with them. So be very careful and always be looking out for the narcissists. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos. Speak to you again soon.